Okay, 64 challenge. This is a very interesting one. The setup, that's first time, one of the only time I've encountered when your input is actually dynamic changing. What they did, they created an app, sorry, the macro within the workflow. So it always generates some kind of dummy data. The data picking up enough from a photo location, so it's not very static. What we have a lot, very wide table. The name column is fun. Then you have some kind of metric columns, probably start with C, Y, A, some kind of code. So this ensures the dynamic change every time you run workflow. That means if we try to hard code selection the columns, manual selection was select, not gonna work. It's pretty good and force people to think more dynamically what you have. Fields too, so it's kind of like a metadata table. It's easy to have a look at the answer we try to get first. You have a metric. If you pay attention to the column header, what you're looking for, they have a basic variable, backslash, total population. For some other things, they probably have the ages. So you actually have three pieces of information. Where those three information come from? They come from the fields column. So what we have, well, basic variable, we have a subcategory, and we have the description. So you want to concatenate the three columns. Once concatenated, you want to join the name column as the key. And so you want pivot to, yeah, it's fun. It's always easier to pivot those things in the end. Oh, let me see. Do we have a names column eventually? Oh, they actually dropped the names column. Did it? So this is all the B's. F, we have a names column. Oh, interesting. I think they dropped the names column. So this column. So you come here as 127 columns. Your final answer is 64. So we have as 93 rows here. So we have a minimum age, max age. Oh, interesting. Da, da, da. Do so you have a, yeah, you do have those weird names, like median, total household, male population, females population. Do they have median average? I think they are using other colors. Not so sure about it. Probably because of the, yeah, because we have input 127 columns. Drop the first column, you have 126 columns. That's not going to join uniquely everywhere to 93. So probably the overlap is probably 60 column also. Okay. Because we're going to join column names, you can join either by column field, dynamic rename, or I think I'll probably prefer to go for, we can probably dynamic rename later. So I also try to force you to build the workflow on its own rather than to run every single time you, for one tool, you try to run it. So we're going to call a header. So I think that you want the categories plus space, backslash space. Then you want to put subcategory. I'm thinking about the population though, because I should move the population to total population to subcategory then. Total household. Hmm. Let me just look this here again. Total population directly. So the middle column maybe now. Yeah, we'll probably need a separate if statement in between. So if It's not. Let's see. If the subcategory is now, then you give me description. Else, we need a plus. Else give me the subcategory, I think. So target top operation, that's good. Now we need to do another plus. What we do another F. So this should handle the middle part. The last column, if again subcategory is not subcategory. Then the last column, if it's null, that means it happen above. You don't need anything. So I should just be a blank. Otherwise, I need to do is blank, backslash blank, plus. That's in the string. Total calculation age. Okay, we're getting all the age. There's some space. Nah, that's don't care. That's not relevant to us. Anything is three colon. That's good. That's handled. Yeah, looks right. Da, 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 da. I really feel dynamic rename will have, because the dynamic rename does not handle white space. Sorry, if you use pivoting, try to get a column into it because the white space they will be format again. I do think we probably need a header two just in case. Should no, not just in case. We will need a header two. So we need duplication of column so we can replace again. So that's one. Probably should cache my results actually. Let me just cache this results for the moment. Nope, it's a macro. I cannot cache it. You cannot even touch input output. So yeah, every time you run, well, that's what makes things challenging. So the top one, it's wide format. We don't like wide format. We prefer long format. So let's drag our stuff. Group them by name, pivot everything colon. Then you should have a name value pair. Once you have a name value pair, we can do the regular join for our stuff. So this kind of forces you to be familiar with the tools to know what's going to happen. Left hand side, you have name value pair. The name is the first column. So name two is the column header. So name two will be the CYA stuff. So if the CYA, that's the column name column. They will join together. We don't care the name column, they're gonna join together, we're gonna join together. Body column, the one we want, description, subdescription, category, we don't need anymore because we can concatenate everything into the header column. Thin cross, they join the most good. Then you're gonna have a long format. You're gonna do long to wide. I really think that the column header gonna mess up. That's the tricky thing. Let me keep the name too. That's the original column because I think I might want to use that as use the word dynamic rename. So with a long, we're going to do wide. We probably still want to do group by name. That's like a row identifier. And we're going to use the original column too. The value will be values. Aggregation is fun. Header, we're going to replace dynamic. I feel I'm going to replace dynamically, take a name from the right input rows. So your older column names, If we look at the old column name, which is still going to be the new after pivot, it's still the CYA. It should be from the name column. The new column name we're going to take is from header. Then you put a browse. Okay, moment of choose. Let's see how well this runs. Dynamics fun. You can see that's all the conversion error because a lot of the pivoting doesn't exist anymore. So 52, 44, 53, 44. Oh yeah, because we have a name column. So let's see the first row 6265, 5695, 6265, 5695. So that's for the age female population 18 plus, 21 plus, female population 18 plus, 21 plus. Yeah, that's pretty good. No, because not often we use um, the input header from the right hand input. So we don't need header too. The difficult part, the whole process is because for the input data, they have no way to talk to each other. You want to make sure the column join up. That's why we do some kind of pivoting, try to join. So they can say, no, it's almost in a metadata format. So in the join case, the old header compared to the new header, they will recognize the link between the pairwise. Then you can handle it. And the dynamic rename in this particular case is also good because you replace directly with the text. It's not like first row as a header, move up, it help you to fill the white space. So we don't even need to worry about cleaning the white spaces. And then that will be your, let's just run again to see with the changed results. Still a lot of conversion error. Don't worry, we can ignore those. So 51 rows, 51 fields, 42 rows. So we should get 52 because we kept the name column. 42 records. The first one probably is Adam. Oh, 162461, 162461. So we're getting, as before, 21 plus, 55 plus, 21 plus 50. Yep. So we're getting still, even though the input constantly changed dynamically, we still kept our answer very clean underneath. And that is for this challenge 64. Thanks for watching.